It's dinner time, and we're making a big, cozy pot of beef and chorizo chili. It's slow cooked to perfection, and it's going to knock your socks off.
And we're serving it with the Cheesy Jalapeño Cornbread.
My cousin puts on a chili cook-off for all of his coworkers every year. He entered his regular chili about 8 years ago or so, and at the last minute decided to swap out half the beef for chorizo.
His chili beat out 18 other chilies, and he's been bragging about it ever since.
So let's look at why this chili is so tasty. The big chunks of beef give you a fall-apart tender texture, and the chorizo gives you a spicy, flavor-packed bite. I'm using pork chuck roast cut into cubes. You can use any cut of beef or steak like chuck, sirloin, or stewing beef. And I'm also using ground chorizo. There are many different kinds. It should look like this. Once the meat is browned, put it in a big bowl and set it aside. Now we're gonna start building the base of our chili. This starts with 1 medium yellow chopped onion. We'll let those cook over medium-low for about 5 minutes to soften. Then add 3 cloves of minced garlic. Don't let the garlic cook for too long, just about a minute. You don't want it to burn. In goes the chorizo. Cook it, crumbling it into pieces until it's browned and cooked through. You might have to remove some of the excess grease if there's a lot. Then put the rest of the beef back into the pot. This next step is what fixes bland chili. It's called spice layering. So instead of just dumping all of our spices in and letting it simmer away, we're gonna add each one separately. This is where the magic happens. The spices we're adding aren't revolutionary, just the typical spices you find in chili. 3 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and about a teaspoon of salt and pepper. You'll have to adjust the salt after it simmers, because it's gonna need more. Give those spices a few minutes to bloom in aroma. This will bring out those warm, spicy notes as the flavor continues to build. By the way, the smell at this point, absolutely incredible.
While the flavor builds, let's get into this cornbread. Start with 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of cornmeal, 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Make a well in the center of that dry mixture and pour in 1/3 cup of melted butter, 1 large egg, and 1 cup of milk. Mix that all up. I know a boxed cornbread mix is easy, but it's only a few more steps to make your own, and it's so much better. Our goal is always to make it easy and not overcomplicate the ingredients. Dinner doesn't have to be a chore, we're just cooking tasty food. Okay, here's where things get interesting. We're gonna add a cup of pepper jack cheese, a tablespoon of chopped chives, 2 jalapenos chopped up, unless they look like the ones I bought, which are enormous. You probably don't need 2 of these. And I like to keep about half of those chopped up into circles to put on the top. You can remove as many seeds as you want to make it as spicy as you need. And then finally, 3/4 cup of corn. I'm using canned corn, but you can use fresh corn if you want. Just mix that all up. This is not your average cornbread, and it's why you're gonna be making it again and again. Lightly grease your 8x8 casserole dish. Pour the batter in there and smooth it out. Okay, the final step is to put on those sliced jalapenos. I'm just gonna stick those randomly around the top of my cornbread, maybe like 1 per piece, per slice. You're gonna get about 9 pieces out of this. So each one can have a jalapeno, and then I reserved a little bit of the cheese to put on top. Now you're gonna cook this in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 to 50 minutes.
All right, it's time to bring this chili together. Add fire roasted tomatoes, tomato paste, beef broth, apple cider vinegar, and brown sugar. This is the next level of flavor. It gives you a deep, deep flavor with just the right balance of sweet and heat. Bring it to a simmer, cover it, and then just walk away. You want to cook it for at least 1.5 hours. In that time, the beef becomes melt in your mouth tender. It's amazing. If you're liking this video so far, please pop down and give us a like so more people can find this video.
The cornbread is done, let's take a look.
It's golden around the outside and moist in the center. The toothpick comes out clean. That's how you know it's done. This is the perfect side dish for chili. You're gonna love it with all of that cheese and the jalapenos.
At this point, you can let the cornbread sit out and cool while the chili continues to simmer. I'm gonna have a piece before dinner because, you know, that's the benefit of being the cook.
Are you a beans or no beans in your chili kind of person? Me, I think I could go either way. Though I do like chili with beans. It just adds more texture to the chili. I'm gonna add 1 can of drained and rinsed beans. These are pinto beans. You could choose kidney beans or whatever you like. And then we're gonna let it simmer for 30 more minutes. That's 2 hours well spent. Look at this, rich, thick, and spicy. I could eat this for dinner every day. A big scoop of chili, a warm chunk of cornbread. You can't get a better meal than this. For more rich and tasty soups and chilies, check out this video next. It's packed with 4 of our favorites. They're quick and easy to make, but still super satisfying.